Also number 17 here, and today I'm reviewing Naruto Manga chapter 577. And this chapter got got me shocked. So some stuff that happened, like if you notice what happens to Tsunade, she might be dead and she might not. Like you don't really know. Like he left it. So anyway, I'm just getting started this review. I can talk about it. And basically, this chapter starts off. It starts with big bold words and it says, "Tsunade has made up her mind." And the title of this chapter is called Sword of Hatred. And you see Madara, and he's talking to the Kage, five Kages, and basically he's saying, "You think you can, you think you can beat me with the will you inherited from Hashirama? Power has nothing to do with will; it's an actual thing. It's not like you're wrong. One can grow stronger by inheriting the will of the deceased. The will enabled me to create the medical jutsu as well as the entire system for medical ninjas that make the rules." And she's explaining the rules, and it's like, rule number one: medical ninjas shall never give up on treating their teammates as long as they can still breathe. Like, yes, she's like, rule number two: medical ninjas are not allowed to engage in battles. Rule number three: medical ninjas shall be the last one to die in the team. And she was Madara, but she's still talking. She's like, those are the rules I made for my students. Actually, there's one more. Like, she has a full frontal of Tsunade, and like, notice her thing, that diamond she has on her forehead, it like spread out, that black stuff. Whenever she releases it, she yells out, Rule number four: those who have mastered, I think it's called the Bayakegu. I don't really know how to pronounce the jutsu she named, which is like the regeneration, basically the regeneration jutsu, are allowed to break the above three rules. Like it shows Mazakage, Kazakage, Tsusakage, and Raikage. So you know how like they go like like how they show, like you know in the anime how they make that sound like they show the picture of different characters. It did it like that. Then like the monitor, he's like never. He named the jutsu that Tsunade said, he's like never heard of it. And Tsunade charges at oh, no, the thing. I think it's kind of cool that Tsunade curated the jutsu. Created the medical ninjas. That's kind of cool. It's a forbidden jutsu that only I know how to use it, which means it's my own battle. It's like you have basically Madara saying you beat the pollen, and she's like, the five of us go at it together. If four doesn't work, I'm not just a medical ninja. And he turns to Shusunu. She's like, and Madara is like, she's slower than Raikage, but she's stronger than him. And he does like a fire jutsu spreads out, and Mother Kage, she shoots that lava thing. And then basically here you just get to see other Kage doing their jutsus, and it's not it kicks him, the Shisunu. She breaks some of the Shisunu off and hops up. And Madara, he's like, right, you are not that weak. Basically he's saying, if you rush out without thinking and get yourself killed, other Kages are screwed too. After all, they can't only count on you for treatment and recovery if I get killed. And Madara's like, Hashirama, I don't know what exactly you have left them, but look at them. They're nothing compared to you. If I could know how weak they turned out to be, I would have taught you how to rise for the dead. Then Madara, You know, it's kind of weird. I was, she's like, Madara, he's like, I could have taught you how to rise from the dead. Which kind of, like, I'm not sure if he just saying that, like, trying to be sarcastic to the Kages, or is like, just something more to that saying, so I'm not sure. And then Madara, he's like, what you left after you died was just some power that's clinging to me. Then, like, after my brother died, he only left me his eyes and their power. And, so now she yells, didn't you hear? I said that you were wrong. And he said, like, anything that could be passed down to you is hatred. Then, like, she's like, what? That Madara came back to life by means of Edo Tensei. Basically, right now, it's Choji dad speaking to Dan, which is Tsunade's used to be lover, I guess. So he died, and Choji dad starts explaining. He's like, since Madara showed up, the five Kages have no reason to stay out of it anymore. And he's like, Tsunade's son is also in the battle as a Hokage. And Don basically he shocked, see she's Hokage, and Choji's dad's like, yeah, a lot has happened to us since you were gone, since you left. Then she hits Madara. It goes back to her. She hits him. They go back to Tsunade, and she hits Madara. She's like this, and Madara's like flying back and stuff. And like you see, she starts peeling away Madara, and she's like, "You're a dead man, so don't spread the hatred anymore." And Rakai like Kazakage now, or is it Kazakage Gata? He wraps him up in the sand funeral, ultimate sand funeral. But also, as he wraps him up at the last second, Madara shoots, I guess, one of his Susanoo bones through the sand thing and stabs Tsunade, pierces her through the stomach. And you see her face, she's like shocked that she got one of those faces. All the Kages like, you see all their faces, and you see like blood that come out her mouth. And she's like, it's Hashirama's clone jutsu. Her perfect. I was the only one who could see through this as his enemy in the old days with my eye techniques. And Madara, he's like, well, it seems other Kages are done here too. You see Don basically saying Don has been Madara. The only one don't understand Madara is the final ninja who started the Edo Tensei to make him stop it. And Madara is really basically trying to say that he's really invincible. And he said that he's afraid only nobody but the deceased first Hokage to defeat Madara. Then basically he's like, he told Choji's dad, instead of protecting, you need to search for the starter of the Tensei. And that's basically they talking. Then after this you see Dan, he's like, keep yourself alive, Tsunade. And now see Chachi does a summoning technique and summons a bunch of birds. And Sasuke, he's like flecking, so he's like, Sasuke, he's like this. And Chachi's like, you stay here. So then you see Chachi, he crushes rocks with his Susanoo arm. You see Kabuto, he finally got the Kabuto. When Kabuto is laying on the ground, he's like this with a hoodie over his head. Like he was smirking his face, look like he's laughing. And basically Kabuto, he's like, you passed through my Kikai. Seems you know quite well about it. And then Chachi says, during the period I was controlled by you, I felt clearly the source where your chakra came from. This can be considered as a risk of jutsu, though no need to keep in mind now. Then he's like, Kabuto says, what a lesson. No one can remove this jutsu, so I never worried about that. And he's like, by the way, I hope you can keep something in your mind. The jutsu, the Edo Tensei, wouldn't stop even if I got killed, but only I can stop this jutsu. He says, so that is to say you can't kill me. The jutsu can never be stopped if I'm killed. And basically, we learned here, or some of us already knew, that Chachi, even if he kills Kabuto, he can't stop the Tensei. And see, he's like laughing, and he's like, so my luck has finally turned. Basically, Kabuto, he got his chance. Then like, shoot a Chachi cat, you see Sasuke in the background, like waiting by the trees, and Chachi's like, it turns out to be much worse than I expected. He's like, geesh. Then both versions said the decisive battle starts, and basically that was it for this chapter. We got to see a lot of stuff, unexpected stuff, like Tsunade, she may or may not be dead, and also we got to see like what if Chada's gonna do a Kabuto, because he can't, even if he kills him, he can't stop the jutsu. The only way I can see him stopping the jutsu now is like maybe he fight like Achachi distracts Kabuto and Sasuke takes over him with a Sharingan or something like that. Cause I want to see how they're gonna stop him. And that's it for this chapter.